Chapter 4. Throw out the annual plan. Once you have a clear vision of where you want to go, you will need a plan to get there. Imagine yourself driving across country on a family vacation without a map. You will probably agree that that is not a good idea. A vision without a plan is a pipe dream. Having a plan to achieve your vision and your professional goals is even more essential than having a map to navigate a cross country trek. Yet, the sad truth is that most individuals spend more time planning a trip than they do planning their business. Working from a plan has three distinct benefits. 1. It reduces mistakes. 2. It saves time. 3. It provides focus. Planning allows you to think through in advance the best approach to achieving your goal. You make your mistake on paper, which reduces miscues during implementation. In addition, studies have shown that planning saves significant time and resources. This may seem paradoxical. In fact, many people feel that if they are not constantly doing, they are not productive. The reality is that planning is some of the most productive time you can have. Finally, planning, like a good roadmap, keeps you focused and on purpose. This is vital, as there are many kinds of day to day distractions to pull you off course. Your plan continually brings you back to the strategically important items. 12-week planning. Like no other approach that we are aware of, 12-week planning delivers these benefits and then some over traditional annual planning. We are not talking about quarterly planning. Remember, that's part of the outdated annualized thinking model. With 12-week planning, every 12 weeks stands alone. Every 12 weeks is a new year and a fresh opportunity to be great. 12-week planning also offers three additional and distinct differences from annual planning. The first thing that is different with 12-week planning is that it is more predictable than 12-month planning. The farther you plan into the future, the less predictability you have. With long-term plans, assumptions are stacked upon earlier assumptions, which are stacked upon even earlier assumptions. If you're that good at predicting the future, call me. I'd love to talk to you about your stock picks. The reality is that it is very difficult, if not impossible, to determine what your daily actions should be 11 or 12 months into the future. That is why annual plans are generally objective based. With a 12-week plan, predictability is much greater. You can define with a high degree of certainty what actions you need to implement each week over the next 12 weeks. 12-week plans are both numbers and activities based. They create a strong connection between the actions you take today and the results you want to achieve. The second difference with 12-week planning is that it is more focused. Most annual plans have too many objectives, which is one of the primary reasons execution fails. The reason most plans contain so much is because you're planning for 12 months, laying out all the things you want to achieve over the next 365 days. It's no wonder you become disillusioned and frustrated. You end up spread too thin and diffused. Not a recipe for greatness. There will always be more opportunities than you can effectively pursue. With the 12-week year, the approach is to be great at a few things instead of mediocre at many things. In 12-week planning, you identify the top 1 to 3 things that will have the greatest impact and produce those with intensity. The 12-week plan focuses on a few key areas and creates the energy and urgency to act. The third thing that is different with the 12-week plan is the structure. In our experience, most plans are written with the unspoken goal of just developing a good plan. Most often, these plans are then placed in a nice binder and rarely get implemented. Setting goals. The whole point of planning should be to help you identify and implement the critical few actions that you need to take to reach your goal. If planning didn't help you execute better, there would be no reason to plan. However, the sad fact is that most plans are not written with implementation in mind. The way the plan is structured and how it is written impacts your ability to effectively execute. Effective planning strikes a working balance between too much complexity and too little details. Your plan should start by identifying your overall goals or goal for the 12 weeks. The goal defines success for the 12-week year. It represents a great 12 weeks and also represents intentional progress towards your longer term vision. If you don't know where you're going, you'll end up someplace else. Yogi Berra. Once you have established your 12-week goals, tactics will then need to be determined. The easiest way to do this is to break your 12-week goal down into individual parts. For example, if your 12-week goal is to earn $10,000 and lose 10 pounds, you should write tactics for your income goal and your weight loss goal separately. Tactics are the daily to-dos that drive the attainment of your goals. Tactics must be specific, actionable, and include due dates and assigned responsibilities. We'll have more to say on how to write effective tactics a little later in the application section. The 12-week year is structured so that if the tactics are completed on a timely basis, the goals are achieved. Remember, in order to keep from losing your way with a 12-week focus, you will need to align your 12-week plan to your longer term vision. Remember, in order to keep from losing your way with a 12-week focus, you will need to align your 12-week plan to your longer term vision. A 12-week plan is powerful. It allows you to focus on what's important now. Remember that the 12-week plan is not part of an annual plan. That's old annualized thinking. 12 weeks is long enough to get things done, and yet is short enough to create and maintain a sense of urgency. For top performers, 12-week plans provide a step-by-step roadmap that eliminates diffusion and delays and demands immediate action. For actual examples of 12-week plans, join the 12-week year community at www.12weekyear.com/getting started. It's free. And that is chapter 4. So my question for you is, are you thinking about what you want your goals to be for the first 12 weeks? Chapter 5. 1 week at a time. Long-term results are created by the actions you take every day. Sir William Osler, founder of Johns Hopkins School of Medicine, said that the secret of his success was living his life in day-tight compartments. What he found was that while we plan for the future, we act in the day. To be truly effective, your daily activity must align with your longer-term vision, strategies, and tactics. In the end, you have greater control over your actions than you do your results. Your results are created by your actions. That's why it is so important to construct plans that are not only numbers-based, but also identify specific critical activity. The greatest predictor of your future are your daily actions. The physical universe will not respond to your desires, no matter how passionate or intense they are. The one thing that moves the universe is action. As we discussed earlier, vision matters in that it defines the end game and overall direction you want to go. Vision also provides the motivation to act, but vision without action is just a dream. It is the consistent action that turns a dream into reality. This is where progress most often breaks down. Most of us aspire to improve some area of our lives. Whether you want to earn more money, find a new job, meet the right mate, lose a few pounds, improve a relationship, or be a better golfer, parent, or person, desire alone is not enough. It is not enough to have the intention of changing. You have to act on the intention for things to get better. And not just once, but consistently. As the ancient Roman philosopher, the falling of dropping water wears away the stone. Consistent action on the critical task needed to reach your goal is the key to getting what you want in life. Your current actions are creating your future. If you want to know what your future holds, look at your actions. They are the best predictor of your future. You want to predict your future health? Look at your current eating and exercise habits. You want to predict the health of your marriage? Look at your interactions with your spouse. You want to predict your career path and future income? Look at the actions you take each business day. Your actions tell the story. The weekly plan. An ounce of action is worth a ton of theory. Ralph Waldo Emerson. The weekly plan is a powerful tool that translates your 12-week plan into daily and weekly actions. The weekly plan is the instrument that organizes and focuses your week. It becomes your weekly game plan. This will keep you on track with your core activity each day. Weekly plans allow you to structure your activities so that they are focused on both the long-term and short-term tasks that are truly important. This allows you to stay focused and productive in the moment instead of getting caught up in all the noise and distractions that easily derail you. The weekly plan is not a glorified to do list. Rather, it reflects the critical strategic activity from your 12-week plan that needs to take place this week in order for you to achieve your goals. The starting point for an effective weekly plan is your 12-week plan. The 12-week plan contains all the tactics you need to execute in order to achieve your 12-week goals. Each tactic has a designated week for completion, and these tactics drive your weekly plan by dictating your daily activities. The weekly plan then is simply a derivative of the 12-week plan, in essence, a 1/12 slice of the 12-week plan. To use your weekly plan effectively, you will need to spend the first 15 or 20 minutes at the beginning of each week to review your progress from the past week and plan the upcoming one. In addition, the first 5 minutes of each week should be spent reviewing your weekly plan to plan that day's activities. A 12-week year creates greater focus by highlighting the value of each week. With the 12-week year, a year is now equivalent to 12 weeks, a month is now a week, and a week is now a day. When you look at it this way, the importance and power of each day becomes even greater. Your weekly plan enables you to focus your actions and be great at a few things rather than mediocre at many. To ensure that you get the most from your efforts, a weekly plan is a powerful and indispensable tool. Your weekly plan encompasses your strategies and priorities, your long-term and short-term tasks, and your commitments in the context of time. It helps you focus on the elements of your plan that must happen each week to keep you on track with your 12-week year goals. Your goals, in turn, keep you on track with your vision. Everything is powerfully aligned. To really benefit from this tool, you will need to carry it with you and work from it on a daily basis. Start each day with your weekly plan. Check in with this several times throughout the day. If you've scheduled a tactic to be completed that day, don't go home until it is done. This ensures that the critically important tasks, your plan tactics, are completed each week. Visit their website at www.12weekyear.com to see a sample of a weekly plan and the other tools in their Achieve website. The weekly plan, more than any other tool, will help you execute on a daily and weekly basis and will help you achieve your vision. So that was chapters 2 through 5. We'll be back for the remaining chapters. But definitely start thinking about what you want to accomplish in this first 12-week year so we can start breaking down the goals. Peace.